Let's get up. So let's talk about 10 European countries that don't like the outsiders or the immigrants. We have many European countries in Europe which embrace immigrants, but we have like 10 that no doesn't embrace immigrants. So number one, we have Greece. Greece is a country full of beautiful islands, but it has like complicated relationship with the immigrants, people who are moving to Europe because Greece is an entry port for refugees. So with the economic struggle, you find that other European countries will always blame Greece for allowing people to come to their countries illegally and distributing them to different European countries. Even the human rights always say that they don't like the way Greece is pushing back the refugees. And then the tourists will enjoy in Athens, but they are not tolerated in other Greece countries. Because of this, you find that a non-EU person who's trying to come to Greece, like with a skilled or expert, they'll find it hard to even get the residence permit or everything compared to EU membership. So Greece is number 10, and number 9 is Hungary. Hungary has strict like law on immigrants, and then it is least welcoming, and then the government has said that they want to close the border, Then the human rights are saying that Hungary should stop, detaining those immigrants who come to their country illegally. So even the public will always agree with the government. So Budapest is a nice city to live in Hungary, but when you move to rural areas, you'll find it difficult to mingle with the residents from Hungary. Number 8 is Italy. Italy has a rich history, but it is divided because of the immigration. So migrants coming via Mediterranean from Africa, they find it very hard to maneuver in Italy because we have overcrowded reception at the Italy border. And then the deportation policy doesn't favor the immigrants. If you are from non-EU country, you'll find it hard to get the residence permit in Italy. If you are lucky to move to Rome or Milan, you'll live comfortably, but if you move to other parts of Italy, you'll find there's a lot of discrimination. So tourists will enjoy, but expats who are trying to move to Italy to work, skilled workers, they find it hard to live in Italy. Number 7 is Poland. So the Polish government doesn't like immigrants. So even the Amnesty International said that people from Middle East and Africa, they find it hard to live in Poland because the Polish government say that it's threat to Poland. So you find that even living in Warsaw, the capital city of Poland, you find discrimination because you are from maybe Middle East or you are from Africa. But people from the EU, when I say EU, I mean the European Union, they say that they feel welcomed more than the people who are coming from outside the EU. Number 6 is France. So France is celebrated for their art and culture. We have different art exhibition in France. We have even Eiffel Tower where people go to just to watch the Paris city during at the night or even during the day. So in like people from North Africa, they are immigrants in France. So they find it very hard to integrate with the locals. And also the unemployment rate. And then 60% of people from France believe that immigration challenge affects the way of living in France. Then the Amnesty International said that the deportation measures in France is very strict because we have discrimination maybe in housing, how you get your job. So even getting the permanent residence sometimes is very hard if you are not from the EU. So when you are from maybe Africa or Middle East, you're going to find it hard to live in France. Also, the language barrier. We know French is really hard compared to Dutch or any other language like Spanish. So, but in Africa, we have like Francophone, French-speaking countries who find it very easy to move to France. Number 5 is Austria. So people moving to Austria say that if you're not from the EU, European Union, you're gonna face discrimination because they favor people living in Europe compared to people from the maybe Middle East, Africa. People come through from Italy. So even getting the permanent residence or work in Austria, you have to go through a lot of struggles before you can settle in Austria easily. And then number 4, we have Switzerland. Yeah. So Switzerland only allow people from European countries. So immigrants from outside in these countries will suffer a lot. And then we have, they are trying to reduce the overpopulation, and then non-European find it difficult for integration. So you find that even finding work, you have to have like different types of permits before you can even get employment in Switzerland. So I'm talking about immigrants from Africa and Middle East because these are people I've seen, especially in Germany, but Germany is a welcoming country. So don't get me wrong when I say non-EU. When I say non-EU, I also include the maybe US, Australia, Canada. So moving to these countries, you're gonna face the harsh reality on the ground. So number 3, we have Denmark. So Denmark has like tough laws for non-European citizen, and then getting the citizenship in Denmark is always hard. And also, Muslim immigrants, they feel like they have been sidelined because, like living in Copenhagen, yeah, you can be welcomed in Copenhagen in Denmark, but moving to other different cities in Denmark, you find that you'll be discriminated according to your religion or maybe the color. And then other thing that will make you suffer in Denmark is language barrier. Yeah. So if you are trying to move to Denmark, please think twice before you move to that country. Number 2 is United Kingdom. So United Kingdom is in the UK. So in UK, before the Brexit, everything was good. But nowadays, you need like a visa, you need like a residence permit before you can get a job in the UK. If you're from the non-EU countries also, you also face discrimination when it comes to housing, employment, and even deportation. Yeah. So if you're planning to move to the UK also, you have to think twice. And then number 1 is Russia. So you never find like many Africans living in Russia. Although we have, I have friends who are studying in Russia. I have like my friends who are married in Russia. They are doing good. But if you compare the number of Africans living in Russia or people from Middle East living in Russia is very little compared to people living in maybe Germany, maybe Poland and everything. So they have like strict law for people moving from non-EU countries. So you also think twice before you move to Russia. So those are the only 10 European countries that don't like the outsiders in 2025. So I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.